Well, Niamh, I'm going to start off asking you about your journey. So you're obviously Irish, first generation,
Yes.
and born, bred and buttered there,
Yes,
but
yes.
tell us about coming to New York.
Well, I came to New York in '98, in April '98, so I've been here 15 years now. And I came with Enterprise Ireland, actually. I saw an ad on the paper for New York, and I said, I'm getting that job. And luckily for me, I got it, and I came to New York, and I was working in software with Enterprise Ireland and Park Avenue for 6 years. So my first experience of the States was to have that, that warm harbour of the Irish government behind me and have that card that said I'm a government employee, and it was a great way to network and to build relationships and to meet people and also to get feedback on Ireland and what people thought of Ireland.
So yeah, Niamh, I was just asking you there, you were selling Ireland Incorporated.
Yeah.
What were the biggest challenges, the kind of questions that you found difficult to answer?
I think people have preconceived notions of other countries. And I think if you're selling your country, you've got to attack those immediately. Because people would say to me, really, there's technology coming out of Ireland? What kind of technology is it? Isn't it all call centres in Ireland? Where's the MIT of Ireland? Where's the centre of investment in Ireland? And these are questions that are hard to answer because there aren't clear black and white answers to them. So understanding over time that you have to be ready for those questions and you have to be able to deal with that stereotype and put it to the side so the person can talk to you as one-on-one without the Irish, green being all over you. I think that's the challenge that I had and the challenge I think that a lot of Irish people have actually coming to the States.
Giving advice to companies coming over here
Yeah.
to try and scale. So first of all, what were the biggest challenges for those companies that you were seeing? What were the things that they needed help on?
I think they need help. They did and they do need help in kind of really just staying focused on the product market fit. I think the States is very exciting. I think companies land in here and they have some great meetings, but they really need to get their arms around what exactly is the meat that comes out of those opportunities. Are those people interested, or are they just having a good conversation with you? What is the thing that pushes the needle and moves you along when you're here? And so I think being laser focused on your product, what it actually does, the market that it actually fits into, and then leveraging networks that are necessary for that as opposed to the easier networks, like the Irish networks or the, broader networks that you're involved in. I think those networks are wonderful and very important, but I see a lot of companies coming into the States and they just get so excited and the celebrity of the tech industry here is massive, and they meet people at parties and at meetups and they think, wow, I've really made it, I've met these people, it's so exciting. But, then you're afraid to say to them, but where does that bring you? How are you going to feel in a couple of weeks' time when you go home and you haven't done X or Y other thing that we really should focus on right now? So as a consultant, one of my challenges has always been kind of getting them to focus on the boring stuff.
And so in terms of your own, in the back of your mind, you're thinking about possibly doing your own business.
Yeah.
Was that always the dream, to have your own business?
Yeah, I think so, but I never had a product before, and you really need to kind of figure out, what the product is, and then again, find that product market fit and really believe in it, because it's going to take everything you've got out of you to bring something to market and then make it successful. So you better believe in it from the very start, and you better be up at night, early in the morning, working that thing to make it happen, because otherwise it won't happen, number one, and you'll have wasted a lot of time. So it's finding a product that you really believe in and, building that product, evolving it, pivoting to it, as they say in the industry, and then really just, head down, working on it. There's no glamour in the end of the day to the reality of trying to sell tech or anything else, I'm sure. But it's a really hard slog business, and you've got to love it.
Now you're walking the walk.
Well, I was, and I'm walking the walk. I've got clients, I've got revenue, I've got traction. The next thing is just to scale, and scale, I think, is the stumbling block for all companies.
So what's just the initial sort of getting into this?
Yeah.
Has anything surprised you about being an entrepreneur rather than just being someone who advises or sells product like that?
It's so, my joke is, you're forgiven. You're all forgiven because, it's been so challenging, so fascinating and interesting, but also so challenging to do it that, before I was talking the talk, as you say, now I'm walking the walk, and I understand how easy it is to get distracted. I understand how easy it is to say yes to customers who are actually going to take you in the wrong direction. I get excited about things that are, again, not core to the business, and these are the things I've always seen in my entrepreneur clients, right? And so you're all forgiven, I'm with you now and I understand, so I think it's made me better at what I do in my consulting business and also for the product.